Do not touch me.
I have asked you 10 times to get out. Get on the grill.
No!
A sovereign citizen's worst nightmare should be a motor cop who's a deputy. Don't play that, because the sovereign citizen script is going to be ignored. The nonsense is going to be turned down and you're going to end up in jail. This is one of those.
Hello, I am Officer Woods from Snow Police Department. The reason I stopped you is it appears you have a fictitious license plate on the back of your vehicle.
Passenger side approach. Love it.
Do you know anything about that?
I'm a sovereign human being.
Okay.
And I'm an American national.
Okay. Do you have your driver's license, insurance, and registration, please? What?
No.
Do you have any form of ID on you?
No, Matthew Tucciarone is my name.
Ding, ding, ding. Sovereign. He says it. He's refusing to give his driver license, and we already know that we're dealing with a sovereign. Motor officers, you're going to see the helmet, the gloves, usually the boots. It creates a different tactical disadvantage because it's much harder to train for utilizing all of those things. So when you see a motorcycle cop engaging with a person, take into consideration that they have a whole list of other tactical disadvantage than a regular street cop does.
So just so you know.
I've been pulled over a couple times already by state troopers, sheriffs, and this is recognized.
Okay, I don't agree. So
Okay, well.
I'm going to be honest with you. That's actually a misdemeanor crime for you to display a fictitious license plate. Additionally, you not providing me with the driver's license is required under Arizona Revised Statutes 28-1595. That is also a misdemeanor crime. Additionally,
if a person rolls up their window while I was speaking to them, they guaranteed themselves at least a ticket. It's incredibly rude and it's kind of interfering with my ability to conduct the investigation. I'm sure that this person has at least talked himself into at least a ticket.
all right, go ahead and step out, please. Step out of your car, please.
No, I didn't do anything
Mayor
wrong.
1, I need another unit. Step it up, please.
I did not do anything wrong.
Pennsylvania versus Mims is a Supreme Court case law that says you're required to get out of that car if I ask you. If you do not, I'm going to force you to.
Hold on a second. I'm calling my lawyer.
Okay, get out of your car.
I'm calling my lawyer.
You can call your lawyer if you want, but as soon as another officer gets here, I'm going to force you out of that car if you don't get out on your own.
I have a challenge when officers tell the person what's exactly going to happen when another officer arrives, because that gives them that lag time to say, there's no officer here yet. Maybe I should take off. Maybe I should fight now. That gives them the opportunity to formulate a plan. I know there are arguments on both sides. This is merely a point that I'm sharing from my mindset and how I used to operate. We've seen with sovereign so many times, and I've mentioned in my other videos, the dial of defense person that they call, it's almost always horrific advice, and the person ends up usually still going to jail. We'll see what happens here.
Mary 1, I'm code 4 for now. He's just not getting out of his car.
I don't need to be under arrest. I didn't do anything wrong.
You're being detained right now. And Pennsylvania versus Mims is the United States Supreme Court
under
case law.
arrest?
You're being detained.
Why?
Because
Why?
I told you, I'm
confused.
investigating one crime.
Okay.
You also said you don't have a driver's license, which is another one. And if you don't provide me a form of identification when I'm investigating you for a crime, that is a third crime that I'm investigating you for.
There is no crime.
You are required by law to provide me your true full legal name if I'm investigating a crime.
Well, this car,
If you do not provide me with your true full legal name, you can be arrested for that.
Matthew Tucciarone.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license or any other form of
I am
identification?
a sovereign being. My name is Matthew Tucciarone.
Again, Arizona Revised Statutes
Hi,
28-1595.
Officer Beers.
So it appears he knows the other officer who has arrived. He said an officer's name. We'll see how this goes from here.
Listen, there's a lot of people
Get
in
out.
town with the same license plate.
Get out.
No, I'm not getting out of the
Okay,
car. This is
I'm
not,
gonna give
I
you-
didn't do anything wrong.
All right.
I'm not getting out of
Matthew?
the car. I've done.
This is the driver's side officer's line of sight, the suspect and the female officer that has arrived right across. If this escalates to a deadly force situation, is this the best configuration for the officers to be in? Normal best practices are not in a crossfire situation. And I'm not sure if she just doesn't see it or if they just haven't communicated it, but this is something that I would take note of, and in debriefing we would discuss.
If you do not get out, I'm going to force you out. Matthew, look at me. Matthew, look at me. If you don't get out, I'm going to force you out. I'm going to charge you with resisting arrest also. So get out, please. Come on.
All right. Come on, sir.
Get out.
There's no reason to
I've
act
asked
like
you
this.
probably 10 times to get out.
There's no reason to act like this.
Get out of your car, then.
There's no reason to act like this. There's no reason to
Get
act
out.
like this. Do not touch me.
Get out.
Do not touch me.
Get out of your car.
Do not touch me. Do not touch me, please. Please, do not touch me.
I have asked you 10 times to get out. Get out on your own then.
What are you doing? Please, do not touch me, sir. We're Officer Ramirez. Ow! Come on.
Get on the grill.
No! No!
Pull over.
No! I didn't do anything, Officer Ramirez!
Okay, all right.
right, just
Please,
get on your
I
stomach.
didn't do anything.
Get on your stomach.
Come on,
Just comply.
Ramirez.
Just comply. Just comply for now.
Just comply.
All right. I will give you information if you wish to file a complaint later, okay? But right now, just cooperate, Matthew, okay? Okay? All right, just
stand up for me,
Stand
okay?
up, all right?
Go ahead and take a seat for me, all right?
Just relax, Matthew, okay?
Just silly. I just want some.
Put your feet in
please,
for me.
I'm not gonna go.
Please just listen to my officer. Just
Put your
listen to
feet
my
inside,
officer.
please.
Okay? We'll get you some water. We'll make you some comfortable. Right now, we got to do what we got to do, all right? Just relax.
Watch your leg, okay?
He's in the car, he's in custody. A lot of people wonder why I mention these tactical things on the approach and the taking into custody. It gets more interesting from here.
Can you watch him for a second? I didn't get a chance to pat him down. Mary 1, can you run Matthew Tucciaroni from in-house, please, and add him to the call? I believe that's going to be my driver.
There's a Ruger inside the car.
He said there's a Ruger inside the car. So there's a firearm inside the car. And Second Amendment, I believe in it. People have the right to have their firearms. But if this vehicle is not cleared, I saw him reach and he was going for his phone, but could it have been going for a firearm? I've seen it before. And I say this stuff because it's constructive for us to be better. I call it LL. We have liability and life. We don't want to get sued and we don't want to lose our lives. So this is not to say these are bad officers, but there are things that you can do better. The female officer with this ponytail, leaving that ponytail out is an invitation to someone who wants to fight the police and utilize it in a way that makes it very difficult for her to be able to fight back. Why not be the most tactical you can be when you're on duty? For male or female officers, get the hair to where you have it. And obviously I don't have any, but that doesn't matter because I'm not on the street.
So, at this time, you are under arrest for displaying a fictitious license plate, refusing to provide me with your driver's license, and resisting arrest. Okay? Please listen. I'm going to read this to you, then we can talk a little more, okay? You have the right to remain silent. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights?
I've explained this in my other videos, and for new viewers, I'm going to explain why we read it off of a card. If you get called into court to testify, a defense attorney can easily say, did you read my client's rights? What did you say specifically? And if you have to remember it off the top of your head and you mess it up in court, then the attorney can say, did you mess it up with my client? So most departments have an issued card. They have it on file that the card that we read it off of was Miranda. And now with body cams, it's obviously a lot better, but that's the reason why we read it off the card, to show that we read exactly what's on the card, and those are all the elements of Miranda.
Just comply, okay? Just comply. All right? Thank you. Calm down.
If we look here on the back of the vehicle, we see here it says, "We the people are pissed." This is something that the officer should have took note of, and I'm sure that he did, what the driver's mindset may potentially be, coupled with this sovereign plate that I'm sure that he immediately noticed. Traffic officers, their primary function is traffic stuff. I'm sure this officer knew all this as he was coming up to the vehicle.
Hey, Officer Ramirez. Yeah, I went on the passenger side. Started asking questions, he just rolled up the window and turned around and started dialing people. I'm like, nope, you're getting out.
I don't understand why they think we're making it up. You know what I mean? Like,
I even told them the statute. I was like, 28-1595 requires me to give your driver's license. I'm investigating you for a crime.
It looks like the charges were resisting, failure to provide ID, and fictitious plates. None of them are good to have on your record, and sitting in the back of a police car and going to jail is never fun. I hear the officer say, I don't know why they think we're making it up. YouTube is one of the big reasons why people think that they're making it up. I explained before, I got this on the internet, 20 bucks. You have people who are sharing information on the internet about this sovereign citizen stuff, saying that these police interactions are unconstitutional or unlawful. Well, ask them to show you a video of them being stopped by the police and it working. Ask them if they have a valid driver license in any state. If they can't prove those things to you, then you should shut that person down. If you know someone who is falling down that rabbit hole, share this video with them, because you'll see where they're going to end up. If you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and there should be a video on your screen. Click on that video so you can see more content just like this.